Hello everyone and welcome to your language class. This is the sixth video in the English Level Up course. If you are an intermediate or upper intermediate learner who wants to improve your English grammar and make noticeable and significant progress in skills such as writing and speaking, this course is for you. I've created a dedicated playlist for this series so you can easily follow the videos in order whenever you need them. The best way to learn from this series is to watch each lesson carefully and then try to make as many examples as possible with the grammar structures you learn. That way you can practice actively and I can help you correct your examples if needed. I do read your comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you are new here, my name is Rahim. I have been an English teacher for 10 years and I'm also a researcher in the field of sociolinguistics. Today we are going to look at another challenging grammar structure for English learners, the difference between present perfect continuous and present perfect. If you remember, in previous episodes I fully explained how confusion with timeline can lead to confusion in using the correct structure. This is exactly the same for present perfect continuous and present perfect. But why do we use present perfect continuous? We use it to express the idea of an activity that has been in progress until recently or until the time of speaking. Keep in mind that we often use time expressions to say how long the activity has been in progress. For example, have you been working in the garden all day? You look exhausted. Here, we use the present perfect continuous because the focus is on the activity itself and its duration. The speaker is emphasizing that the person has been engaged in the action of working for a long period, and the result, looking exhausted, is visible now. She has been writing the manuscript since she was in her 20s, and at last, it's finished. In this case, we use the present perfect continuous to highlight the long duration of the activity. It emphasizes that the writing process took many years, even though the action is now complete. There are some verbs that we do not use the present perfect continuous with. These are verbs such as belong, know, like, dislike, and understand that describe the unchanging states or permanent situations. Have you known each other long? We do not say, have you been knowing? Because know is a state verb. It describes a mental state that is continuous by nature, not an action that starts and stops. Therefore, we use the present perfect. I haven't liked mangoes since I ate too much and was sick. We do not say I haven't been liking, because like is also a state verb. It describes a feeling or preference, not an activity in progress. There is a case where we can use both grammar structures. This happens when we talk about situations like general characteristics or circumstances that exist until the present. In these cases, we can often use either the present perfect or the present perfect continuous with very little difference in meaning. For example, we have been looking forward to this meeting for ages, or we have looked forward to this meeting for ages. Here, both forms are acceptable because the focus is on a feeling that started in the past and continues up to the present. The continuous form emphasizes the duration slightly more, but the present perfect is also natural and perfect. We often use the present perfect or the present perfect continuous to talk about something that has recently finished if we can still see the results. However, we generally use the present perfect continuous with verbs that suggest extended or repeated activity. Let's compare these two examples. He has broken his leg and is in a lot of pain. Here we use the present perfect because break is a short completed action. You cannot be breaking your leg over a long period of time. The focus is on the result. The leg is broken now. I've been playing basketball and need a shower. This structure is more likely and natural than I have played. Here, the continuous form is more natural because playing basketball is an activity that takes time. The focus is on the activity itself, which explains why the speaker needs a shower now. We use the present perfect continuous rather than the present perfect when we draw a conclusion from what we can see or hear. We often use this form to complain or criticize. For example, who's been messing around with my notes? They are all over the place. So many learners keep asking me for the main difference, something they can use to distinguish between these two tenses whenever they are unsure. Here is the key rule. When we talk about the result of circumstances or an activity, we use the present perfect rather than the present perfect continuous. When we focus on the process, we often use either the present perfect or the continuous form. For instance, prices have decreased by 7%. Here we use the present perfect because we are talking about a specific result or a completed change. The percentage is a finished fact. Prices have been decreasing recently. Here, the present perfect continuous emphasizes the ongoing trend or process. It suggests that the decrease has been happening over a period of time and may continue. Another example, I've used 3 tins of paint on kitchen walls, not I have been using. We use the present perfect because we are counting the quantity or result. The focus is on how much paint is gone, not the activity of painting. I have been using new kind of paint on the kitchen walls. Here, the present perfect continuous emphasizes the activity or the experience of using a new paint, not the amount. Use the present perfect when you want to suggest that the activity happened only once or on a specified number of occasions. For example, the children have been jumping into the swimming pool all afternoon. They have done it repeatedly, and we do not say exactly how many times. The children have jumped into the swimming pool 6 times. The exact number of jumps is important. Use the present perfect continuous when you want to show that an activity has continued for some time and may still be happening. Use the present perfect when you want to show that the action or task is complete. For example, I have been writing emails all morning. Writing has been my main activity for several hours. I may still be writing. I have written 10 emails this morning. The focus is on the completed emails and their numbers. For repeated complaints and demands, both tenses are possible, but they create slightly different meanings. For example, the students have been asking for longer breaks. They have asked repeatedly, perhaps for several weeks. The focus is on the repeated action over time. The students have asked for a longer break. This may refer to one or several particular requests. The focus is on the fact that the request exists. Now let's quickly wrap up what we learned today. Today we explored the key differences between present perfect and present perfect continuous. We saw that the present perfect focuses on results, quantities, and completed actions, while the present perfect continuous emphasizes duration, repeated activities, or ongoing processes. We also learned the estate verbs like know and like generally do not take the continuous form. These differences may seem small, but they are very important if you want to improve your English to sound natural, accurate, and clear in both speaking and writing. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and share my videos with other English learners. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to write them in the comment section. I do read your comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Until the next video, keep learning, keep improving, and remember, consistency always pays off.